Hi, Pendle from Sound here with the new Flutter Dust Module. What I've done this time is taken lots and lots of sound dust sounds that already exist and kind of remangled them into kind of 3 different wavetables, multi-sampled wavetables. So you get lots and lots of sounds spread out and kind of blending and merging and reversing into each other so that you have this very interesting effect, which I'll just demonstrate, shall I? So there's 3 different wavetables. So there's 3 instruments, each with gazillions of snapshots. And there's also 3 looper instruments, and I'll show you one of those later as well. But so far there's 160 snapshots, different sounds, but I just want to show how simple it is to get new sounds. So here's just a default sound preset. And what I can do even here, very quickly, this fella here, same as that moves the start point in the wavetable. So as I slowly move that around, you hear the sound slightly changing. See what I mean? And the other really interesting thing is the loop length here. So we can do very short loops, same as this control here, or very long loops. Now you've also got very quick control of the amplitude envelope with a few presets here, for instance, and filter presets. So we can very quickly change the sound. And that's just in one snapshot. Bring up some reverb. It's the dark one, which is this one here. Oops, excuse that. Add some delay. Add some. And of course, all of these movements you can sequence, should you wish. This is very short. Let's get rid of that reverb. So these are just basic presets, because if you go on here, you could then actually control all those settings for yourself. And the way it's laid out, basically you've got control of every note individually, so you can have different values on different notes. And this is set out like a keyboard, so that's the C, that's the C sharp, etc., etc. So everything I do to the C will affect all of the C notes on the keyboard. Or if I just want to adjust everything in one go, as long as this one here is selected, I can... The first one becomes the daddy, whereas others aren't the daddy. See? If you turn that off, then the first one isn't the daddy. Okay, so there's your ADSR. You've also now got control over pan, which can be individual. Something new to the Dust module is we've also got an auto pan. So the first control here controls depth, and the second one is speed. These are all BPM synced. We've also, another new thing here is we've got a chorus unit per sound as well per note. So that's the depth, speed, and this is the phase, which makes more sense if I do this. Hold on, I'll just show you this as well. Here's your delay sends, reverb sends. I've only got these selected. If I go to the chaos button now, badoink. So now we've got kind of different settings, chorus settings for each of the notes. But you can still, of course. It's just a way of just making things kind of more complex and interesting to the ear. If you want to put that back again, hit order, badoink. There you go. And this, basically, these chaos controls will affect anything that's selected. So these are, that's your low pass filter, and that's your high pass filter. So if they're selected and I hit chaos, we go somewhere else altogether. Let's put pan in as well. We could even go all the flipping way. This could be strange. You're never quite sure what you're going to get. But this is still essentially with the same loop setting, position setting, which you can also control here, as you can see. Put it all back again. There you go. All back to normal. The even within the many snapshots, you can do interesting things. So these will basically loop, a long note will loop until the next note comes. So that's just one of the wavetables. There's 3 different wavetables. Let's try and load up another one. And they're all similar but different. Oops. Now let's show you a looper as well. So that's a wavetable module. It's just a looper module. Basically, is a similar concept as the wavetable module, but you've got individual control of each note's loop and start points. So that results in some potentially very crazy things. So as before, you've got chaosifiers here. And the loop chaosifier applies to loop start points. That's the sample start point, that's a loop start point, and that is the loop length. So you're never quite sure what you're going to get. Chaos also applies to, I'll show you something else in a minute, I'm going to turn those off. Also applies to reverb and delay settings as well, if I go to controls. So per note, you can have different amounts of reverb and delay, which is quite nifty, I think. You've got a total of 20 convolution reverbs specially made for here. But you can also put them all up there. But essentially, you can find new things just by clicking the chaos controls. For individual note programming, as before, if this is selected, the end one selected, then that's the daddy, and that moves all of the start points to the same place. This one will move all of the loop start points to the same place, and this will move all of the lengths. But hit the chaos control. Oh, wrong one. So different notes now are playing different loop values. Lots of presets as before. Did I say presets? I meant snapshots. And then let's load up the other wavetable. So it's wavetable 3. There's also the note trigger section. We can make notes trigger. So that's triggering 30-second notes. Or 16th or triplets. And the syncopator is how chaotic they may or may not be. Very quick way of getting things going. And you can also do that per note. It's a bit tricky because it's playing a loop, but you can, if you go to note trigger, similar thing, and it depends entirely on what note is playing. You can set different triggers. I'll show you this separately actually. So there you go, that's a quick talk through of the new Flutter Dust module available from Sounddust. If it is confusing, there's also the RTFM page, which shows you what things do. Yep, just in case. But it's quite simple, really. Anyway, thanks very much. Catch you later. Bye.